of damages on our humanity, right? And all of us have a lesson or two from this pandemic, and we overcame, and we're here. For me, there are significant lessons that I learned, and that are very powerful from this pandemic of COVID-19. I'm glad that I'm here standing in front of you guys, obviously. There's a reason why. I'd like to introduce and actually get your attentions to the book called Tipping Point by, I'm sure you guys heard of the, Malcolm Gladwell, right? He talks about a tipping point, and that is a magic moment when idea or trend, social behavior crosses a threshold, tips, and spread like wildfire. And that's the definition he made. And he goes on and basically talks about how he compares the concept of tipping points for pandemic, and also that can happen in businesses and also social phenomenon or movement. That he said that in order to create one contagious movement, you often have to create many small movements first. And that's the part that I'd like to share today that led me, myself, to all the way to be where we are with Exosome. That since 2020, Benev, after we kind of coming out of the pandemic, joined force together with Exosome and started this small contagious movement. And we did that by pioneering and paving the way for introducing and spreading this exosome concept into the medical aesthetic market. And we wanted to focus on regenerative aesthetics when we were actually starting doing so. Attending 80 different congresses every year between two companies, when there was no concept or no one was talking about it. Bringing the speakers to all these places, you know, to sharing what we know then and impact and then the benefit of that. Doing our own series of summits, including RAS starting from last year's, and having distributors all around the countries and to spread these good news. And that was obviously something that we started off, but if it wasn't for all of you guys, it probably was impossible, right? And Gladwell points out in his book and talks and quote, if you want to bring a fundamental change in people's belief and behavior, you need to create a community around them where those new beliefs can be practiced and expressed and nurtured. Today at RAS and this Regenerative Aesthetic Exosome Summit, we are here as a community of believer on exosomes. And I'd like to highlight all of you guys that we are at a tipping point. We're living in the tipping points of spreading this good news of exosome. Instead of fear of living in a pandemic of the virus, we are living in a joy of good news, right? That are spreading fast. The exosome is next big thing in a medical aesthetics. And 2018 is when we first started off. And in US, we have 3,500 accounts alone that are carrying out using our products. Globally, we have 15,000 providers around the globe already using our products. And there were already about 1 million cases of the treatment utilizing our products globally. And this is not about to stop. And it's growing faster than ever. We definitely are in tipping point. Today, I have to basically call out the guy who's responsible for this. And I know all of you guys probably know this name, Mr. Jo Byung-sung. And he is really the person who's responsible for this tipping point. Mr. Jo, would you please come out and stand for the crowd? Get the standing ovation. Let's give him a big round of applause.
founder and CEO and CTO of Exobio. First of all, it's our privilege to have our great minds in global exosome industry. We are very proud to present our today special scientists and doctors and distributors at the same time, at the same place. I believe, so it was my great fortune to start Exobio about 7 years ago. And actually, just after incorporation, I went to Mission Viejo, California to see Ethan, and we found that the two guys had the same idea and strategy and vision on action-based regenerative aesthetics. Also, before I incorporate Exobio, I tried to co-work with one great scientist, Dr. Sai-Kyung Lin. She's here, and she is the world's first MSC exosome discoverer. Next slide. Okay, please let me just share 7 or 8 slides for my presentation. You can check the Google trend on how many people are trying to find exosomes. As you can see here, for the last 20 years, there has been very steady and nice increase in terms of search. When I start my presentation, I usually start with this slide with 9 questions. From my experience and my journey for the last 7 years, I found that these 9 questions are very important to, especially for you to decide or find or how to move forward in terms of in this exosome-based industry. Why we Exobio has been committed to be the leader now and in the future too, and why we are the leader, because we are the biggest investor in exosome industry. Exobio was strongly backed by Korean venture capital investors, and we have about 10 investors back there, and they supported from the beginning Exobio to be the global leader. So that's why we have a brand new and top-tier manufacturing facility named ExoGMP. I believe that most of you guys visited our manufacturing facility to check the future of exosome-based drug development. And in my view, the most important thing is publications or scientific evidences. So we spent a lot of money to prove the feasibility and the potential and the safety of exosomes with our 16 publications. Especially this year, we have generated 6 publications. 3 of them are non-clinical, and the rest of them are clinical studies. And actually, Dr. Jan Rattebar here, he's one of the top exosome scientists. He has been guiding us. He's managing our R&D team as our chief strategy officer. And then to protect our business, our providers, our distributors, and our partners around the world, we have generated more than 55 patents. We are in terms, definitely we are the leader to find a new scientific discovery and training patent. And also for the last 4 years, we have been seeing about 1 million cases around the world, which means that our technology and our product has been proved in terms of efficacy and safety. So please remember these 9 questions and to choose your right technology. Here, this is yesterday. This year, I invited a very special guest. You can see that Kevin Hickok. He's a CTO of Directed Biologics, which is another US exosome company. And he's the only person who has phase 3 clinical study based on MSC exosome to treat COVID-19 ARDS. So he's an expert in exosome CMC, and Exobio hope to co-work with him. And in the middle, as you can see, there is a Dr. Sai-Kyung Lim, and she has been always with us. Actually, she has been scientific advisor for the last 6 years. Again, Dr. Jan Rattebar, he discovered for the first time RNA delivery mediated by exosomes. And also in Seoul, we have about 110 people for R&D, manufacturing, quality, something like that. And another about 40 people in Mission Viejo, California. They are all committed. And you saw this, the world's largest manufacturing, GMP manufacturing facility for exosome production. And we have been investing in this facility $260 million. And we hope to provide more products. And our plan is to provide 4.5 million vials per year, which is about $200 million worth from next year. And in this building, you are seeing that the actual operation to produce fully GMP compliant exosomes. And of course, we need to upgrade this process further, but I believe that the production capacity and the quality control level is the top tier. We are second to none. Next slide, please. So we call our manufacturing process SSCRT. It's patented in Korea. But our major pipelines are human stem cell derived exosome and plant stem cell derived exosome. We do not use the whole plant. We are utilizing plant stem cell derived exosome for best quality. But we have two different types of exosomes from microbes, or we have a very nice publication this year on exosomes derived from animal or canine mesenchymal stem cells too. And most of our exosomes have been registered as cosmetic ingredients for now, but definitely in the future we hope to file an IND in the future, maybe 2 years. Next slide. So this is the part of our scientific data. You can see that for next generation regenerative aesthetics, we found 3 pillars of mechanism of action. The first one is anti-aging, the second is rejuvenation, the third is anti-inflammation. I know, but I'm talking HA pillar business, but you know, our skin is the biggest part of our organ, which contains the biggest number of stem cells. So in our view, the anti-aging of our skin starts from the loss of adipose stem cells and the loss of their exosomes. So by providing high quality exosomes, we hope to be the ultimate next generation regenerative aesthetics. And part of our commitment is to develop large stem cell exosomes. We found, actually, under the guidance of Dr. Jan Rattebar, we just submitted our manuscript for publication on large stem cell exosome. Actually, this is the world's first plant stem cell-based exosomes. And we found that some of the science or scientific discoveries is they are very similar to humans. But one thing is that what we found is that large stem cell EVs can induce our cells, our skin cells or stem cells to release more exosomes. So I believe we found that there is a strong link between plant stem cell derived exosomes and our skin, maybe. And as I mentioned, that our doctors or our providers are generating more and more clinical cases around the world to help patients. We found a lot of cases, and this event, you will see about 10 very nice cases generated by our providers. Next. That's why we have this award. As you know, ExoBio, our product became the best cosmetics this year, AMW Monaco. And as far as I know, ExoBio is the first Asian company to achieve this trophy at AMW Monaco. We are very proud to this event. Next slide. So again, we really appreciate your joining this event. We have 200 participants from 26 countries. Thank you so much. Next slide.
Thank you. So now we would like to welcome Dr. Michael Gold. We're about to start the first session of the night. Please get comfortable. We have 5 hours of a lot of science and cases, so please welcome Dr. Michael Gold.
Hi, everybody. So first I want to, from all of us here, we want to thank Byung and Ethan and all the teams from Exosomes and Benev for putting on this event and bringing us all here, and beautiful Seoul, and thank you all for being here, and how about a big hand for those two? So I'll tell you a little bit about me later, but I'm going to be the chair of this first session, and I'm going to use a little cheat sheet because our first speaker this is a privilege, right? You're all in for a privilege. So Dr. Jan Lotval is a Swedish clinical allergist, scientist working on transitional research, and he's the former director of the Kettering Research Center in the University of Gothenburg. For our world, he has contributed to the early research of extracellular vesicles, such as exosomes and microvesicles as shuttles of RNA molecules between cells. And they were the group that showed mRNA in exosomes are functional when taken up in recipient cells. He is also the part of the European Academy, a member of the European Academy of Allergy and Clinical Immunology, but he started and was the first president of the International Society for Extracellular Vesicles, which is a society we all need to be part of, okay? So you can tell us more about that. And again, he is one of the 3 reasons that I'm putting out here why we are here today with our other 2 distinguished guests. Thank you all for being here. So John, you are up first, and your topic is harnessing exosomes for advanced biologic therapies.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here, actually. I've been working on exosomes or extracellular vesicles, and I will jump between those 2 different wordings, terminologies. I hope you forgive me for that. I've been working on it for almost 20 years. And just after we published our first paper,